What if I told you attractiveness isn't about genetics, that there are 5 psychological tricks that can make you irresistible in 30 days, regardless of what you look like now? And what if I told you that Hollywood has been using these exact same tricks for decades to create the most magnetic movie stars of all time? The beauty industry doesn't want you to know this, because once you master these psychological weapons, you become unstoppable. Here's the brutal truth about attractiveness that nobody talks about. 93% of what makes you attractive has nothing to do with your face, nothing to do with your body, and nothing to do with how you look. Harvard researchers discovered that attractiveness is actually a neurological response in other people's brains. You can't control their brain, but you can control the signals you send to them. And there are 5 specific psychological triggers that, when activated, make your brain release the exact same chemicals that create obsession, attraction, and desire. Trick 1. The confidence mirror effect. Hollywood's secret weapon? When you approach someone, your brain unconsciously mirrors their body language. But here's the dark psychology. If you approach with confidence, their brains associate your confidence with value. NYU found that confident body language triggers dopamine release in observations. The more confident you are, the more attractive you become to them. It's literally neurological reprogramming. To achieve this, you need to hold eye contact for 3 seconds longer than feels comfortable. You also need to take up more space, have your shoulders back with your chest out, and lower your voice by 20%. Confidence lives in the lower register. The difference between invisible and magnetic isn't your genetics, it's whether you trigger their brain's attraction circuits. Most guys are broadcasting insecurity signals and wondering why nobody's attracted to them. Don't be that guy. Trick number 2, the mystery gambit. Psychology professors at UC Berkeley prove something fascinating. Humans are 67% more attracted to people who reveal information gradually rather than immediately. The reason? Your brain has a psychological gap it needs to fill. Every piece of information you withhold creates a cognitive itch they must scratch. To achieve this, you need to give 70% of the story, keep 30% for later. Use phrases like, "that's a long story," instead of explaining everything. Ask questions that make them curious about you. You need to be mysterious to be interesting. You need to be strategic about the information you share and win. Hollywood uses this in every great character. Now you can too. Trick number 3, the presence amplifier. This is where most guys completely fail. They try to be funny or impressive or cool. Wrong approach. The most attractive quality isn't humor or intelligence. It's undivided attention. Stanford research shows that people who give complete focus feel 40% more attracted to you. But here's the dark psychology. When you give someone your full attention, their brains release oxytocin, the same chemical released during bonding. To achieve this, you need to put your phone away the moment you're talking to someone. Remember small details and reference them later. Ask follow-up questions that show you were really listening. Most guys are worried about saying the right thing. The best guys focus on making the other person feel like they're the only person in the room. It's magnetic. Trick number 4, the validation swap. Here's a psychological truth that will change how you interact with everyone. Most guys seek validation from others. Master seducers give validation to others. And when you do this correctly, they become psychologically addicted to your presence. Stanford studied this phenomenon. When you make someone feel good about themselves in your presence, their brains release dopamine every time they think of you. You're literally training them to crave your company. To achieve this, you need to become a validation architect. Instead of waiting for someone to compliment you, you become the person to create moments for others to shine. When they share an accomplishment, don't just acknowledge it, dive deeper. Ask how they felt, what the process was like, and what they're most proud of. The validation swap isn't about being fake or manipulative. It's about genuinely seeing the best in people and creating space for them to feel confident. When you make someone feel amazing about themselves in your presence, they associate those positive feelings with you. That's how you become irresistible. Trick number 5, the contrast principle. Here's the master key that Hollywood has been using for decades. You don't become more attractive by trying to be perfect. You become more attractive by showing the contrast between who you were and who you are becoming. Think about every iconic character you've ever been attracted to. They all have one thing in common: an origin story. A moment where they weren't who they are now. That transformation is what creates fascination. To achieve this, you need to strategically reveal your journey, not just your destination. When someone asks about your confidence, don't just say, "I've always been like this." Share a specific moment when you chose growth over comfort. The contrast between your old self and your current self creates intrigue and respect. This isn't about trauma dumping or being negative about your past. It's about showing you've done the work to become who you are now. When people see your transformation, they don't just see an attractive person. They see someone who has agency, who can change their life, who has true value to offer. The science of attraction. Now that you understand the tricks, let's talk about why they work. Your attractiveness isn't actually about you. It's about the neurological response you trigger in other people's brains. When you project confidence, mystery, presence, validation, and growth, you're hitting 5 specific neurological buttons that evolution has hardwired into human attraction. These aren't tricks, these are psychological laws. The 30-day transformation. Here's your 30-day roadmap to become irresistible. Week 1, practice the confidence mirror effect in every interaction. Week 2, add the mystery gambit to your conversations. Week 3, implement the presence amplifier in all social settings. Week 4, master the validation swap and contrast principle together. By day 30, you'll have rewired not just how people see you, but how you see yourself. The glow up isn't just external, it's neurological. You're literally rewiring your brain to attract the life you want. You see, the dark psychology of attraction was never about manipulating others. It's about understanding how human psychology works so that you can create genuine connections and become the person you were meant to be. Every person you find irresistible has been using these exact principles, consciously or unconsciously. Now you know the code. Now you can crack it. The only question is, are you ready to become irresistible? But what do you think? Which of these psychological principles hit the hardest for you? The confidence mirror effect? The mystery gambit? Drop a comment and let me know which one you're going to implement first. If this opened your eyes to how attraction really works, smash the like button. You're not just liking a video, you're committing to your transformation. And if you're serious about investing in yourself and your future, become a channel member. This directly funds our high-impact content and rewires your mindset instead of waste your time with basic advice everyone else gives you. Most creators give you surface-level tips. We give you psychological weapons to create real change. Lastly, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. Most guys consume content but never commit to the journey. They're scared to take the steps necessary because they're not serious about bettering themselves. They're happy staying invisible, staying average, staying predictable. But you, I know you're different. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe and become a member today, and let's go beyond betterness.